오고 또 오고 아마고 노래 올로고 오모고 온유로고 에밀로모 똥비용고 yeah.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán. Mo wá pa. Wetin dey worry you? It's hard to describe it, but I truly love Nigeria. My real name is Ifeanyichukwu in Korean, but I love my Nigerian name, Ifeanyichukwu. Igbo name. I'm from Anambra, imaginary hometown. So I have my family of my father and mom and my siblings, brother and sister. They are all in Korea. They know nothing about Nigeria. And I went to Nigeria a year and a half ago for work. I worked for Samsung Nigeria, and that's how I ended up in Africa for the first time, which was in Nigeria. In my entire life, never a fan of noisy music. I always just listen to R&B, ballad, slow music. But then, if I work for Samsung, they always assign me a driver. So the first day, my driver played the song Jailer by Asha, and I loved it. The lyrics, everything was so crazy. Then I asked him to keep playing Asha song back to back. So then I started to explore more in the Nigerian music, and then I find myself even vibing to those noisy ones, those Ashake, Mona Boy, One Deco. It's crazy. So yeah, I even went to Asha's concert when she visited Nigeria last year in the Echo Hotel. So then I loved listening to it, but I was always lover of singing. I even went to a lot of contests when I was in Korea, but I never really achieved, I never really realized any of my goal about singing. But then when I came back here, I was like, how can I stay connected to Nigeria? I love singing. I was still listening to Nigerian music when I came back to Korea, so I had to do something about it. And since I learned to just go for it, that was the culture in Nigeria that I appreciated in Nigeria. So why not just go for it? So I bought my cheap microphone and audio interface, and I started singing. And I've been loving it. I think I realized that when I really do something that I like, I never get tired of it. Once I finish one song, usually you want to relax, but then I'm searching for the next song I want to sing, because I just love singing. And when I'm tired, I would just go and sit and sing. So I think it will keep going, because that's my passion. I'm happy to have found it. So the Yoruba that I sing, those Yoruba lyrics in my songs, I just sing without knowing the meaning. But then I just ask my boyfriend what they mean, so that I can feel, what they mean when I'm singing. But word by word, I don't know the meaning. I think music is indispensable in Nigeria, because that is how it's made to be. The life is not easy, even as a foreigner, even as an expat, to eat outside and to walk around, to just jog around and find park to relax was a difficult thing. So I wouldn't probably go back to work there, but currently the reason why I started singing was because I could not stop connecting to Nigeria, because I fell in love with it when I was there, and I wanted to still stay connected to it, which was how I started singing. So I'm actually doing some business also. I'm selling some Korean beauty stuff and food stuff to Nigeria, as I know there's a lot of Korean Handu, or Korean, Korean loving culture over there. And then I also have a boyfriend there, so I have many reasons to be back. He's a Yoruba angel. I had some perceptions about Nigerian guys, because they are easily kind of approaching women, and me, I'm very conservative. If you know Korean culture, I take my time and I approach very slowly when I like somebody. But in Nigeria, it was different. I like you, can I have your number? I wanna, it was very, very fast. So I actually closed my door for relationships in Nigeria. But then I met this guy in Lamarck. Yeah, he was working then for Lamarck. So we hang out, and he was an exceptionally sweet person. I know Yorubas are very sweet, but they can actually be sweet for maybe multiple women at the same time, you know, or they can use their sweetness. They can use their sweetness not in the best way, but I find this guy, he's genuinely sweet, and he's just sweet for me. So I think it's very hard to find a sweeter guy than Yoruba guy actually in the world. Yeah, we're still dating, and he's actually supporting me. Until recently, I didn't really ask him for advice for my pronunciation because I wanted to do all things by myself. But then on some music where I had to sing a little bit of Yoruba, people were commenting like, oh, it sounds strange, you know? So then for Basquiat and Sunshine, I had to go ask for advice, like how to pronounce all these things, like one by one, break down. And that's why I think I did it pretty well, and it's been received quite amazing. I especially love Nigeria because of my colleagues. They were lovely. They were always there for me when I was facing my issues. Even though Nigeria is a tough place, even for foreigners to be there, because you guys are very kind of vocal, expressive. You know, you guys have to fight to get what you want. So me, as a Korean girl, like calm and, you know, reserved, I had to find my place, and I had to stand up and fight with you guys too to get what I need to get done in my workplace. That was a lot of difficulties, but it was good. Thanks to my colleagues. Well, after my life in Nigeria, I felt like I could be a bridge between the outer world and Africa and Nigeria. So I actually want to be like the street ambassador for Africa. You know, that's how I call myself. I want to educate the people outside that Nigeria is not just about, you know, like as a whole, Africa is not just about suffering and poverty, you know, and corruption. The people living there, I've seen them suffering and hustling every single day, but then they always manage to put their smile on their face, you know, and they dance and shake it off, you know. So I want to promote this culture. I want to promote what I felt when I was there. It's hard to describe it, but I truly love Nigeria, and I think this was given by God. I even met Jesus when I was in Nigeria. I converted to Christian, and I'm a regular churchgoer now. So I think there was something that God had to do on me, and it may be to bridge between Nigeria and the third world.